Welcome to the Love Freq. What that was us raising our vibrations. Because as we know, the love frequency is about higher vibrations. How you doing, everybody out there that's checking us out? This is actually our second go round. It's our second season of the Love Freq. Okay. So anyways, my name is G. People call me G. It's the G. And that's what we're sponsored by today. So shout out to itstheg.com. My name is G. You can find me at Hershey Goddess. And I have a special guest. My sister, Star.
Hello.
And if you have checked out the Love Freq before, you kind of know what we're about. We talk pretty much high vibrations, high frequencies. And what is the love frequency, right? Let's paint a picture. What is the love frequency? So the love frequency is actually a vibration because we're vibratory beings out in the universe, right? So the love frequency is about attuning ourselves, our bodies, to that vibration of love. Because what happens when you have love in your heart? What happens? Like, what do you feel? How is life different from when you're kind of like closed off? How is it different?
It's different because you feel it. I mean, it's a peace. You're going on. You're not worried. You're not depressed. You just have that self kind of like doubt that, you know, no matter who comes around you, no matter who or what life is bringing to you, you get through it. And you can do that without it, you know, attacking that energy and, you know, getting that down. So
right, because you're feeling like you're on a high vibration. Yeah. And so those negative things, exactly, those negative things don't affect you as much because you're good. Right? So that's what we mean. So think about it. You said the key word though. You said peace, right? Yeah. What's peace? Peace is something we all are obtaining for. Like people talk about riches. They talk about even love. But really, truly, what are we all obtaining for? Peace.
And peace, again, people think it's when you have peace, nothing's happening to you. Like no negative things can happen to you. But it's no. When you have that peace, no matter what's happening, you still feel that peace. It could be so many troubles coming towards you or so many challenges, but you have that peace knowing that it's going to be okay, knowing that it's not going to get you down. You know, it's that mindset that gets you through whatever life is going to
that internal peace.
Yeah.
You got that internal peace within, right? Yeah. So that's what we're about. We're about channeling within to give us the power of peace.
Yeah.
I like how that sounds. All right. So anyways, I wanted to kind of read this little excerpt. E-X-C. I can spell it. E-X-C-E-R-P-T. Sometimes I can't pronounce it all the time. Anyways, but you know what I mean. So, what is the love frequency? And I'm getting this off the TheLoveFreq-Podcast.org. And it says, all that exists in the universe vibrates at its own unique frequency. From human DNA to the stars in the galaxy, millions of light years away. Ancient civilizations identified 528 hertz as the frequency of love, incorporating its uses in sacred music, blessings, and healings. Also referred to as the miracle tone. This frequency was believed to connect all that is to one another in divine balance and harmony. This transmutational frequency facilitates and guides us into higher levels of awareness where we may live in abundance. No, wait, that's my part. We may live in balance and harmony and from our hearts. You know what I mean? So that's what it means to really be on the love frequency. Doesn't that sound good? Even if it sounds like in depth. Yeah. But it sounds good. It's like, whatever that means, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means all the way, but I can kind of feel that that's like a good thing happening, being on this frequency. So that's what we're here to talk about. So, you know, I didn't even like introduce you. See, where's the love? We just started talking. No. I want you to introduce yourselves. I want you to tell me like who you are, what you do, and I want you to, cause Star actually here she does crystals.
Yeah.
Right? You have YouTube about crystals and what they mean, what they represent. So on the show, we actually have a segment coming up later called the Crystal of the Week, in which we give you some good energy tools to kind of take you to those higher levels throughout your day that you can use as a practice for meditation, etc. So you can continue to be on this, because this world is crazy, so we got to get there. So we do a Crystals of the Week.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my crystals. I got my crystals up here. Actually, I actually even have my selenite.
I'm always wearing mine.
Yeah. See, and I'm my wand. You know what I'm saying? You do the positive stuff here. So if you feel like magic, they say black girl magic, and that's why I want to get to what we talk about. Like, okay, so Star, you do crystals.
So yeah.
So tell
me. Pretty much, my name is Star.
Tell us.
So my name is Star. I do have I work with crystals. Mainly, I do have a YouTube page under Star Brunson, and on that it's a mixture of crystals, but it's also a mixture of how to manifest, how to get your mind clear so that you are bringing good things into your life, and that all combines using just the natural energy of crystals. And so my channel does reach on different types of that, and I will be on here too to share the different ways crystals can help in the life, as far as bringing energy in your intentions that you're looking for in your life, to make just to manifest what you're wanting, what experiences you're wanting, what feelings you're wanting. And that's
what is your experiences with manifesting what you're wanting with crystals?
So I dabbled like a little bit before I like really got into it and working with crystals. And crystals is one thing. It just depends on the crystal. We have a lot of protection crystals. We have a lot of crystals that give you that energy if you're trying to start a business, financial, that has different vibrations. I've had when I've went on to interviews, I've had used just different crystals, as far as like to put in my pocket or have with me, just to have that energy when I'm feeling lonely, depressed. And this is a crystal where we can start to talk about the just the different frequencies that they emit.
So when we hold them, we
our love crystals.
But we won't get there just yet.
Okay.
On the crystal,
So
we'll get there on the crystal. But I just kind of wanted to give everyone kind of a feel for who you are and what we have coming up. So they gotta wait to see that crystal of the week, don't they?
All right, so that's
to tap in. All right. So actually, we're gonna take a minute. We're gonna take a break for like a second. So make sure you sit back, relax, because we're gonna get to the topic, because I want us to address how where it begins, the first step of obtaining and staying on this frequency, the core aspect of being on this frequency. We're going to talk about what that is. So stay tuned so that you can understand what the core aspect of what you have to do to be on the love frequency, because we freaks for love. We have a thing, we have a desire for it. So I know you want it, So we're going to give you some tools, insights on what you can do, how you can begin, exercises, things like that, that's going to keep you on a good path. We're going to talk about what it is and what it ain't, and how to tell the difference. So keep it locked right here. We're going to take a break. Talk to you later. Peace, family. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Love Freq podcast. Do me a favor, go on to Instagram and like the Love Freq on Instagram. That is the Love FREQ for frequency. And I'll talk to you later. We're back to the Love Freaks. How are my love freaks out there? Who's a freak for love?
Ooh.
Who desires it, wants it, and got to have it on? All of us. We all some love freaks. However we define love, we want it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's that indulgence, that passion, those good vibrations. No, get you on some levels. But whatever that means for you, Anyways, I want to give a shout out to everyone watching out there. How you doing? Tap in. Let us know where you tapping in from. Comment. Stay in tune with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we live. So we may even could put a part on the show where we can interact with you. So, let us know that you tapped in. So, TikTok, Instagram, Hershey Goddess, where you can find myself personally, or you can just go to TheLoveFreq on Instagram. But go to Hershey Goddess if you're on TikTok, because that's me. How you doing? You got a TikTok?
TikTok. Yeah, I do. Stars Crystals.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, there you go. Stars Crystals.
Too easy.
There you go.
All
TikTok.
right. Do your thing.
All
right, cool. That's like the new wave of everything. That's kind of like, and that's kind of what I want to kind of pan into right now when we talk about social media.
Yeah.
Social media has a tendency to make us feel a little inadequate.
Oh, a lot.
A little inadequate. And so, because we are always comparing ourselves, looking at other people's lives, looking at what they're doing. Oh, look, and this is what you gotta do to get this. You want to be a millionaire, then you gotta do this, that, and then this. And then you're like, I don't want to do that. I just want to do what I want to do and then get to where I still want to go. Like, isn't that the freedom of being?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you can draw an inspiration from, if you're following the right people on social media and stuff. Yeah. But yet sometimes you get so tied into seeing your own reflection in them of what you're lacking. Like, shoot, but I'm not doing all that stuff. So then you kind of start comparing yourself. Like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're on your journey. You're on this part of the journey. Everybody has certain levels of the journey that they're in, and the smart part is recognizing what part. So if you're on Instagram, social media, TikTok and all that stuff, you're looking at the people that are, they have their own life. Feels like, but you gotta understand they're in their journey. You're in your journey, yeah. And the way that we recognize what our journey is, you know what I mean, and what our purpose is and where we're headed is by loving, the first rule, 101 of love, right? Love thyself.
Yep.
Love thyself. Like, we must love ourselves to be able to really get through without all that baggage and stuff on us, because then we know who we are. Because it's like, if we can't tell somebody how to love us, how can they know how to love us?
Exactly.
Then we accept anything. You know what I mean? So self-love is very important.
And I guess the question would be, how do you find that self-love?
Yeah.
And
we're going to talk about that.
All right, we're going to talk about that now?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
so. If you want to. Okay, boom. That's where we're at. Yeah. So what ways have you used for yourself to incorporate that self-love? And what does self-love really even mean to you?
So self-love,
think about this too for y'all out there watching. Like, think these questions.
Yeah, because people, self-love, it's like, oh yeah, I like how I look or whatever. And it goes deeper than that. It's, can you spend time by yourself? Do you like to spend time by yourself, or do you always have to have or be around someone? And so in that first, like, if you want to exercise to see if, about your self-love or to learn about yourself, spend time by yourself. Takes a whole day, just you. Spend time with you. If you don't enjoy your own time with yourself, however, you're going to expect other people to enjoy that too as well. Looks, take off the makeup. Take off, just be comfortable in the clothes you are. Right now, I was just watching the game earlier, and I just came and I was comfortable. And I came on here.
Let her tell the truth. Because let me tell you.
She did.
I didn't tell her. I just told her she didn't know we had the camera.
No, I came out. This is how I am.
Okay, but that too.
How I spend my day when I'm by myself. I'm comfortable.
And you know what I told her?
Cool.
Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on.
Cool.
That's when you're the
me.
prettiest. I hope that you don't.
And it's me.
Shout out to Drake.
But I guess for a little bit of background, like just on myself, I was married or in a relationship for 20 years. And that started from college.
Right.
And so this whole time I'm having someone feed all this energy into me, and I never learned yet before I got into that relationship who I was, what I enjoyed, or even appreciated myself. I had a love-hate relationship with my hair. I didn't like how I look all the time. I didn't feel feminine, you know. Wow. And then to get into a relationship for that long and to have someone kind of tell me how I should be, and I following that, you know, it took a long time for me to be comfortable exactly with who I was or who I felt I was.
Looking yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
Hard to. I've been to that point where you can't. I don't even like looking at myself.
No, or looking
I don't know
down.
Who I am.
You know, walking in public, look with your head down because you're not. You know, you don't have that self-love, that self-respect for yourself because of so much stuff that someone else has fed to you.
There's aspects where you do.
Yeah.
You remember, you always have strong points, and then you have those weak points, those parts that you need to just strengthen.
Yeah.
But there were aspects that you had that you did, right? Because you got to a point where you recognize that, right?
It took a while. But
sometimes we have to learn, but sometimes you get it like this though. The process. We gotta go through the process. We gotta go through the journey. The journey teaches us what the lessons.
Yeah.
Like the journey teaches us the lessons.
It does.
So because it teaches us those lessons, you be like, oh shoot, it's because I didn't love myself enough.
Yeah.
But now I do, so now I can make the right decision.
And now too, the same thing. You can start recognizing it, like because before I couldn't recognize.
You see the gray hairs?
Oh yeah,
I cover them.
But like I couldn't recognize it. You know, when you're going through all that stuff, but after you've gotten through it, and like when I separated, I started things that I've wanted to do. I couldn't find other people to go with me. I started doing it myself. I went to Vegas by myself. I started eating out by myself. And it just was like, I was learning what I liked, what made me comfortable, what, you know, it's just.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Let me take me out on a date. I take myself on a date all the time. And I thoroughly enjoy it because you know what? I don't have to pretend that I care about. No, I'm kidding. No, if say you're not interested though, you're just like, oh my god, I'm just here. Like now I'm kind of just in the situation. Like you don't really care to be with this person on this date just for the sake of it being a date. So why don't I just love myself and enjoy my company? Because I'm going to enjoy my company.
Exactly.
My bad. Sorry, I get into it. That's just me speaking from my soul, darling. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there are those out there who it's difficult for them to differentiate between, you know, making boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Having those boundaries and saying, I can do great by myself. I don't do bad by myself. I do great by myself. But if I was to do bad, I'll do great. You feel me?
Yeah.
It'll eventually be great.
I mean, that's talking about the aspect of things, but there's also the physical aspects. I don't know if you can talk about, you know,
loving yourself on all aspects.
On all.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We're not going to go too deep, but you kind of see where this is going. Like, loving yourself on all levels, even if I got to be my own, you know, person. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But anyways, we're kind of getting a little off. So tell me more about your story. So you said that you were in this relationship, you know, marriage, for so long. You kind of got lost who you were, but then you found a new aspect in yourself when you started to learn who you were. You were like, wow, like who was that person? I don't even know what it was like being that person anymore because I'm such a different person now. But I'm grateful to be this person that I am. But I had to go through it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to that point. So how are you now with, like, what do you do now for yourself? Anything specific that is, like, for self? A little bit. And I don't mean, like, on a level of greed or, you know what I mean? Like, that, like, so you know what? Forget it. You can be selfish. Like, I'm tired of people telling you that you can't be selfish. Like, when we talk about love, we're not talking about this false romanticized aspect of love. We're talking, you know what I mean, that whole everything is good and all is well and we must love everybody. We're not talking like that, but we're talking about at times I gotta have so much boundaries that I gotta be selfish. I gotta be selfish with me. What are things where you won't compromise? You say no, I'm doing this for me. Ain't nobody gonna get in my way. I'm doing this. I'm being selfish on. What do you do? Because I know I do. I be needing rest. Yeah, give me my space. I'm gonna close my door. I need my time to meditate. but you're not gonna mess with my energy. What do you do?
And I honestly, I don't call it selfish. Like, people might see it as selfish,
but I'm letting them know if that's how they see it. That's what
but if you see it that way, you can see it, but it's not. It's called, that's part of self-love, self-power, everything. And for me, it is just giving myself even that time if I need it. Like, if I come from work or something, I'm super just all in my head, things is going on, and I'm feeling like that stress is coming to me. No, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if I had plans and I feel like it's not going to be good for me to go out and do this. I'm going to call and be like, hey, I can't, be okay to cancel, be okay to, like, hey, I need to set this hour, 2 hours, or even a whole daggone day to myself. For me to feel better, to get better to mentally, physically, let my body rest before I go out and now do for others.
Honest.
Yeah, no.
Not trying to, then don't feel bad.
No.
Like, unapologetically.
Yeah, and it's like you don't even have to give a reason. You shouldn't have to give a reason. I don't give no reasons. I don't have nobody explaining to nothing to but myself. Yeah. And you have to, and a lot of people don't take that time. You go straight
as long as I don't hurt nobody.
Well, yeah.
Like, it's not about hurting anybody, but it's about
well, it's all in your tone and how you tell that. So
yeah. Like, as long as it's respectful. If they don't like it, you can tell them where to. Yes. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares? Like, I gotta do me, because guess what? I was born me. I'm like, what? I'm gonna not be me. Okay. But some of the things that I want to talk about, things that people can do that they can use for self-love. So what I'm going to do, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into methods and that you can incorporate in your life as a daily routine to be totally selfish, to do for you, to make sure so that your well-being is good. It's called self-care. We don't even have to call it self-love. Let's call it self-care. Because what is an attribute of love? Care, nurturing, even protection. What are you doing for yourself that is providing these aspects so that you are not depending on nobody else, the system, or anything else for your well-being? That if everybody left, I'm going to be good. Like, how do you know what I mean? That's what I'm on. Like, I'm always going to be good because I'm so in tune with who I am. But I went through that process. Yep, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a slight just breath break. So what we do, make sure y'all do this too, okay? Take a deep breath, right? From the diaphragm, and you can always feel your diaphragm. So make your little hands like this. That one.
Hands.
Yeah. So you do this, put them like kind of on your ribs. You feel your ribs. Go around that diaphragm because it connects to your ribs, right? So what you're going to do when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in from the nose, okay? Do not breathe in from the mouth. If you breathe in from the mouth, you're getting all the dust and particles directly into your lungs, whereas your nose filters all that stuff out because we got the little hair follicles. That's just some science for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a better understanding of why we breathe like this. So you breathe in the nose. You take like a big count of 4. So breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your diaphragm expand. And on the exhale, you can open your mouth and then feel your abdomen contract to your spine on the exhale. And you feel that release, and just keep, as you do that, you're going to feel it up more and more. So you feel the expansion. So everybody kind of just do that for a couple seconds is what we're going to do. So inhale. You can hold it at the top. And then exhale. Release it all, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick breath break. Y'all do as well. Do whatever you need to do, you know what I'm saying? But come back, get comfortable, and we will talk with you. But don't stay too long because we're going to be back real quick. Time.
Have you ever experienced a healing of the hands? Well, that is precisely what Reiki is. If you want to experience Reiki therapy, go to itstheg.com and book your session, whether it's in person or distance. We are here for you.
I don't even know if you hear that, but right there I gave you some love vibrations. Pin it all in your hearts and spirits. Hope you've been doing your breathing, right?
Yeah.
So this right here is my device, my spiritual device. And it's a heart ohm. So when you do it, it's like kind of vibrates with the heart. So perfect for love. So these are kind of my self-care tools. So these are kind of what I use when I just kind of want to get into a meditative state, take a couple of those deep breaths. So I like to just kind of feel a calm and peacefulness within. And so the only way I do that is by silencing my mind. And so I use these high vibrational tools to get the brainwave frequencies of my mind in tune. Because I've been reading a book, and that's another part of my self-care is, I've been reading a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I don't know how many of you heard of him. He's a cool guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to blend the metaphysical aspect with science. Really backs it up. And he talks about coherence. You know, brain and mind coherence. Heart and brain. Because your heart has a brain. So the heart-mind connected with the brain-mind and get those on the same coherent frequency. And so that's what these tools, getting ourselves balanced, are designed for us to do. And I can share a picture. Like, if you go to my Instagram, I'll share a picture of what I mean, of what it looks like to have incoherence of the brain and coherence. So you gotta understand the science behind frequency in order to elevate as well. So even if you don't understand it like totally now, it's about understanding it for yourself. So just look into it on how to, okay, what do I have to do to, it's called brain hacking, actually. So I do a lot of brain hacking, you know what I'm saying, to kind of really get myself in tune with a certain level, certain vibration, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Really feel myself on that frequency. And so I just want to share a little bit of my tools. So that's that. And then I'll probably have these often, singing bowls, you know, kind of like healing things. And so that's one aspect that I do when I do my self-care. And kind of what I see for self-care, I kind of think about who am I, what do I like, and then attune to those things. Because what do you feel when you're doing something you love, right? You're in that moment of just freedom at that point. Yeah. How many of you out there just kind of, there's something that you just absolutely love to do. You'll do it like whatever, like I gotta do this, like it makes me feel like happy. For example, I dance. I do dance fitness. You know, I do group fitness, dance fitness. And a lot of people come to those classes because in that hour that they're exercising, you know, exercise is good. So in that hour that they're exercising, everything that's been stressing and worrying about them, it kind of just goes away. It's like in that moment they're free to just dance and have fun, and they don't have to be a toxic environment. It's healthy, you know, we're exercising. And so people keep coming back because it gives them that moment. You know what I'm saying? That's that self-care as well. Finding something that you can totally just be in the moment of. So I do dance, and that's how I feel with it. And so I just feel like the more you find things like that, the more you can be on that place. You know what I mean? Like you have two different selves. You have your the self that is your representative out into the world. You know, I gotta be a little bit. How you doing? Like we all gotta get along.
So I'm
Do I
be
really want to? Okay, professional. They say be professional.
So sometimes that always doesn't.
What does that even mean?
Relate.
So and then you have the who you are when you just being you, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to pretend. I can just anyway. So like,
but think about that too. If you're too much into like say a job or something to where you can't be yourself.
Yeah, you lose
most
yourself.
Most of that job is taking up what most of your week. Mm-hmm. So if you're somewhere where you're just not yourself.
Yeah. So for so long.
That long. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you have to ask, like, do you need to stay in that environment? Of course, you all need to work or make your own money or something like that. But it's like, do something where you don't have to.
Yeah. But let me tell you how that works, too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is necessary. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, you got to go to work. You got to put on the face. Because we're in this world just as long as we're not of it. Remember that, right? We're in this world, but we don't have to be of it. So we kind of know sometimes we got to make certain moves that we don't want to make. That's part of the journey.
Yep.
We got to be in this environment. So what we have to do then is understand the principles of what I like to call ma'at, right? the principles of Ma'at. And it's about balance. Who is Ma'at? She's a Kemetic goddess. We talk about, the divine feminine, Ma'at. She's balanced. She is the one with the scales. A feather and a heart. Is your heart as light as a feather? You know what I'm saying? So you got to have balance in your life. So as long as you're doing something to the best of your ability, to what you can do and how you need to do it, then you can pretty much eventually come to a place where you'll, you know what I mean? It's steps, it's levels.
Yeah.
So
as long as you're working towards.
And that's what I mean about the self-care, self-love aspect. So you go to work. You're always somewhere. You're somebody. You got to be somebody you're not. You got to play these roles. You got to deal with the politics. Okay. And then you know what I mean? All of that. So when you do have that time and space, do something that brings out that you, whoever you are, in meditation, dance, painting, doing some art, something creative, where you can just fully just flow. Yeah. Be all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then there are some special, you know what I mean, energy type things that you can do that can really get you to elevate your frequencies. Yeah. So I definitely want to get into that. But I also want to talk about some more self-care tools. That we'll probably discuss more in further episodes of The Love Freq, because we gotta love ourselves, we gotta be selfish. So another thing that I want to say is, when it comes to self-care, have a budget. Yeah. Like, have a budget for your self-care, because I think you just have a budget for your finances anyway, because that's healthy. So self-care is about maintaining health on all levels: spirit, mind, body, financial, emotional. You know what I mean? Just having some kind of, you know what I mean? So you just gotta have to budget that into your budget. Like, a lot of times people sacrifice their self-care for bills and all that stuff. But if I gotta go do something, or just find something free, like if it's just nature, go to a park, you know what I mean? Like, that can be self-care. Yeah. Just do something that's totally not of, you know what I mean?
Every day. Something that relaxes you. Like if, going to a spa or something helps you relax, or if, something that makes you feel better, getting your hair done, something like that. And like you said, it doesn't have to be extreme. You don't have to go to some kind of exclusive $400, $500 massage, but and I'm glad that you mentioned massage. How many people out there, how many are you getting, like, who thinks about that, right? Sometimes in our communities, and I do want to touch base a little bit on what we do talk about, like, as far as our communities as Black women, right? Mm-hmm. We're Black women, so a lot of the times we are the least represented in a positive way out into, like, the media and things like that. And then a lot of the times what you're looking at, what you're seeing in the media is sometimes ingrained in you since birth. You know what I mean? So you become what you see. You know what I mean? So we're always on our phones. We're always watching TV. We're always in this space of media. But we're not seeing any positive images of ourselves. Then we become what we see, because that's what's being programmed. And that's why they call it mind programming. You know what I mean? And so what we're doing here with the Love Freq is changing that narrative. Yeah. We're changing that narrative of what it is to be a Black woman in society, just being a Black woman, period. You know what I'm saying? A Black woman that loves herself, and a Black woman that knows what self-care is, and that it's going to be a powerful force. Because like I said, Black woman is God. You know what I mean? Like, we are the divine creator. What do you create? I mean, you need both, right? But the womb is where it grows. It grows. Boom. Mm-hmm. Boom, right? It's where it cultivates. It's where it becomes. And then it blossoms. And then you're ready to go up.
so we're about that, because if you look at our logo, it is it's a bosom. It's like a heart bosom. But it's a brown woman. It's a Black woman. Because even though when we talk about the love frequency, we talk about, sexual cultivation, we talk about self-care, self-love, all that kind of stuff, we talk to everybody. Everybody can relate to these topics. Yes. But what I want to always represent is us too. you know what I'm saying? We must include ourselves in this. Yeah. We must pay attention, and that's kind of like the mission. So, you had mentioned spas. You know, a lot of times in our community, we think about massage, right? We think about, like, either we don't want nobody touching us.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody touching me. And I just want to know any old body. You know what I mean? Because so you don't go into these places where, you know, you want somebody you can trust.
Yeah.
You know, within.
Obviously.
Or it's just not something you think about. Like, I don't. Or yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm not paying that money type deal. Like, but you're not putting it in a budget. But I want to tell you something about massage. Like, I think it's really healing for us. It definitely relaxes your muscles, gets you really in tune with yourself. And so I think as a community, we should definitely do more body healing. Touch. You know what I mean? We're healing generational trauma here as well. That generational trauma of our mother's mother. You know what I'm saying? Who went through abuse, trauma, and didn't really know how to bounce back from that trauma. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so they didn't know oftentimes what that healing touch is.
Yeah, just a simple hug or, you know, like what affection, emotions.
And we got it from our families. Like our mamas, they was tough. Yeah. But you knew that was love. But maybe oftentimes it wasn't so much. I mean, everybody has a different story, but when you have to be hard in a certain sense, sometimes it's hard to be soft.
Especially single mothers, and they're trying to be that tough, discipline role.
But yet I want to be nurturing. But you can't. But you gotta be tough, cause I gotta be tough. We gotta be tough.
We all gotta be tough.
Yeah. So that's how we end up neglecting ourselves, and as women, because of this generational trauma, because it's been passed down. Like I said, that programming throughout even our DNA. That's replaying itself within us, and I see the healing. It's definitely getting better the more we start learning from our past, and then learning the lessons and going in a different direction. And as far as like taking care of ourselves, right? Health and wellness, what we eat, like not taking on so much eating all that fattening stuff that's giving us diabetes, messing all with a. I mean, we can't control, you know what I mean? We want to indulge at times, but not all the time. We still got to come and think, okay, am I getting all my vitamins, my supplements, things like that. That's self-care, caring about your health, you know what I'm saying, on the level. But I don't know, that's all I kind of want to say with there. But.
Well, in the mind part, too, like you talk about just the touch, but it's even that mind health. Mm-hmm. How many people are okay with going to therapy?
Yeah, that's something we don't talk about.
Because it makes
not
us
oftentimes, but we
weak
are now.
Or not as strong because we grow up and see our mothers and everybody's mothers that you have to be this
You think
strong.
That's just how it is.
You don't know how to reach out for help, or you don't want to reach out for help when you need it.
Or know how to really connect with others.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, it's like we try to do things
type of way.
On our own, knowing that, sometimes you need to reach out. Whether it's friends, family, somebody, that it's okay to reach out when you feel like you're overwhelmed or just, that's just a mind thing. Like, it's like.
And that's what we're here for.
Let people help you take that off.
But guess what? That's what we're here. That's what we're here for, the Love Freq. I want to get into this before because we're wrapping it up. It's our show, 5 to 6 p.m. every Sunday. So make sure you tap in, put that on your calendars, and tune in. Okay, there's multiple just ways to check us out. If you're on the podcast, if you're watching from streaming, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you tap in, tune in, because we're going to talk about more topics. We want to hear from you. And let's get into the crystal of the week. So we were talking about crystals, high vibrations, and things like that. So I feel like it's only necessary for us to start our journey of the Love Freq with rose quartz.
Perfect one.
Rose quartz crystal is a vibration of love. It's for the heart. So when you're doing your meditations, this is something that you can take with you. Have your rose quartz put it on your heart, feel your heart beat, and then just do that for like 5 to 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And that would be enough to silence your mind by listening to the pulsations of your body. Yeah. So rose quartz, I just want to kind of give you a quick, if you want to hold that, my love. Rose quartz. A stone of love, not just for romantic love, but familial and sisterly love. They say brotherly, but sisterly and brotherly love as well. Nurturing and comforting. This stone dissipates anger, because when you're on that higher vibration, you're not going to feel those angry feelings or anything like that. So, anything you want to quickly chime in about this?
Well, I'm just saying, as far as like with crystals, if anybody's into crystals or know it, it's just that they do have to be recharged, because sometimes all that energy that it's soaking in from you holding it and all the energy it's giving out, you kind of have to recharge them sometimes. What you could do with other crystals, some crystals you can do with water, moonlight, sunlight, just to help it charge. And when you do first get your crystals, or if you go shop for them, of course, you can actually feel the energy vibing. You can feel the energy vibing. So, and if you need something that's more, like you're saying, put it to your heart and everything, but if you need something like you just really need that healing, that's when, you wear them. Wear them. It's going to get close to your heart. This is a crystal necklace where you can just put whatever crystal you need into a smaller version of it.
It's always on you.
Just always on you. And
things like that. So
let that energy
have that vibration always there. Right.
So
go out, get you a rose quartz. Go do some more research on it if that sounds like something that you need more in your life, more of that love. But I think everybody can use some love.
Can always.
So, again, I want, if you're out there on social media, check us out. TheLoveFreq. Go to Instagram, the.love.freq, because I couldn't all one word. So TheLoveFreq on Instagram. Also go to TheLoveFreq222 on Facebook, and then like that as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you are tuned in, I also want to say stay on the lookout for some hot events, because when it comes to the Love Freq, it's about especially for women. Because like I said, we got to get back to feeling feminine. You had said something earlier about you had to find your femininity. You lost it, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times what we do is have to understand as women, it is okay to be sexual, sensual. But just as long as you're not maybe spreading it out everywhere. But sometimes you still got to feel that energy within you. Don't block it out. You know what I'm saying? So we have some events coming up that are designed to help women get back to there with dignity and just it being fun. So we're gonna do some chair events where we're gonna be in the chair, learning how to get all nice and sexy for your loved ones. Also, shout out to itstheg.com, Detox Your Life. We talk about health, spirit, mind, body, and all that stuff. I don't know, I think I'm saying everything. Oh my god, yeah, check that out, darling. There's so much to do. Take notes. Yeah, when you watch these things, take notes. But anyways, this has been our second season, first episode, new journeys, new levels of our journeys. And also, if you are an advertiser, there we go. If you're an advertiser and you want to be seen, kind of, put yourself out there. We do have some customized packages, so make sure you check that out as well. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Make sure you stay in touch. We ain't going nowhere. We're right here.
See you next week.
And I'll talk to you later. My name is Hershey Goddess, and this is
Star.
And we are the Love Freaks. And I hope you are a love freak too, because you're a freak for love, but we on the love frequency. And we'll talk to you later. Alligator.